I'm here with two former legends.
Where's the bloke? It's half time. We talk to a bloke about football. Where's the bloke? Go and get the bloke, love. Come on, get the bloke. Where's the bloke? Where's the bloke? Where's the bloke? Get the bloke, love. Get the bloke. You've got a fucking day to get 3 points.
But Tottenham, it's the history of the Tottenham.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Welcome to Blokes. Oh,
Episode 14, no?
what's that in Spanish, Camps? What? Give it to us, Poppy.
Give it. Catorce.
It's like you had a week to practice or
No.
something. I don't know why I'm genuinely shocked when you get it.
Nothing?
I'm fine with it.
No, Catorce is right.
Oh. I think you froze
it's
on my
15th.
screen. Nobody even
wait.
said anything. I was just saying.
I'm not gonna give you a preview, but I
Yeah,
think you're right,
next.
man.
Yeah, then. Oh wait. Did we go through? No, 16, 17, and 18 are a little bit tougher,
Yeah,
and so I'm
18
gonna
is
I'm gonna
have
wait.
some trouble.
I think you're gonna
That's
struggle.
what I'm looking
with
forward
those.
to. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
it.
Because those ones always trip me up in class, and I was always like, "There's gotta." Yeah, I'm not gonna give away
Well,
too
as
much.
usual, I will
Not
probably
gonna give away too
prove
much.
all
That's for the
haters
listener.
wrong.
They'll figure out what that is in a couple more eps.
Yeah, but welcome back,
We're
everyone.
learning
Yeah, like
Spanish
you said,
too.
week 14. The boys are learning Spanish. The boys are back. We're on a Tuesday. I think we might stick with this. It works a little bit better. The fellas are, we've got our boy James, who is going to be heading into playoff crunch mode with the Lions potentially. And Ethan is just a degenerate sports gambler, so his Sundays are pretty packed,
Allegedly.
back to back.
I
It's
mean,
legal,
you're the one
so
we
I
didn't
don't know.
record on Sunday. so-
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. No, he spends his money on clean, good revenue streams. That's how he makes more money for himself.
100%. You got to spend money to make
yeah.
money.
Mhm. It's a big night
That's how
for
money
me. I'm
works.
going to the best restaurant in New York City.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool. I don't know.
Gonna name drop?
I got her.
Name
Le
drop?
Bernardin.
Le Bernardet?
I didn't know that there was like an inside joke on the Yak about it
Yeah, big time.
because Nick.
They still haven't
Nick-
gone. They're supposed to go.
It's like actually impossible to get a table. I'm going at 10:15 at night.
Oof.
Yeah. I'm going with like the other nobodies. There's not even like a shred of a chance I see anyone cool because people cool don't eat at that time. So,
10,
Save for the
15.
Maresh Patels of the world.
yes, for the Maresh Patels of the world.
He said he's the only one, so.
I am.
That's the funniest joke. I love that. Anyway,
Are we sure Maresh?
Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty confident. Yeah,
All right.
I'm just running
We'll
the
s-
odds, buddy.
we'll see.
I'm playing the
Anyway,
odds game.
we've had a jam-packed couple weeks of football, and it's been super depressing for me to like let it slide back. I don't know about you guys, but like having 3 games a day during the workday was
Ooh,
super
so
nice. Something to pad, like a little background noise, a little head tilt when you're doing whatever you got to do in front of the old monkey computers, and it's been great. And now we're slowly withering away, and we've only got games tomorrow and Wednesday, and then there's only 2 more games after that.
2 more.
Comes and goes just like that, fellas.
So we got 4 left right now.
Just like
Yeah, that's
that.
crazy.
But since last Tuesday was the last Blokes drop, so we'll pick up where we left off there. Since then, we've had Morocco upset Spain in penalties. That was pretty crazy. Update the Camps fraud log. But once again, we're putting Spain back in there.
Yeah,
They
well, I
evaded
mean,
it.
He wants
but now
Spain
they're
back
back.
in.
Listen, as the man who
He
runs the
wants to
fraud log,
renounce his.
I can't just be willy nilly pulling teams off, putting them back on.
It's your log.
I think
You took them off.
I
At the
did take
worst
them
time.
off. That's what I'm saying. It's like, well, I can't put them back on now. What reputation would
That's
I have
what I'm
at that
saying.
point?
You can't take that dub.
No. So it's a little kind of like I'll pat myself on the back just a tad.
In hindsight,
Just a tad.
It's a
I'll be like,
hindsight
all right,
win,
fine,
yeah.
Ethan, you got him somewhat, but at the same time, you didn't get him. So on to the next.
Mhm. Yeah.
Sergio Busquets.
Finished.
Listen, The guy's winking at the ref as he's getting the ball for the
Dude,
pen.
you know what? We use the word notorious here, and I'm going to give it notorious dirtbag. Sergio Busquets. Sergio Busquets. Do you not remember that one clip of him on the ground and he was like looking at the ref? Like this?
Listen, I used to be a big
To see if he's
Busquets
looking?
hater.
Come on.
Like I all of Barcelona I just hated. But like Busquets I would just shit on. I would be like, what does he do? But like if you watch him enough, he's very good. Like there's not a better one-touch passer in the world.
It's like him and the two kids though.
Vision in the world. Like he's just disgusting at passing.
Yeah.
But you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he was good. I heard there was a lot of drama around Spain because, obviously Luis Enrique lost his job, et cetera, et cetera. But they were saying that he was kind of forcing the Barcelona midfield into the Spain midfield when it didn't necessarily need to be that lineup or be that sort of way. So, yeah, there's some... some background to that.
I think they could have played any midfield they wanted. When it comes down to it, you're employing Alvaro Morata as your center forward. Not much you can do. Like their attack, that was the main reason I had them on the fraud log in the first place. Their attack is somewhat feeble.
I agree.
Like Danny Olmo had a good group stage, but then it's like they don't have anybody.
Ferran Torres got a few.
They will in 4 years. It'll be make or break time for Ansu Fati.
Oh, true.
And he will be the difference maker, or he won't. I'm not sold on him yet.
If he stayed,
I'm out on Ansu Fati. I'm out.
That's a big loss for Spain.
I'm out. Because
and Iñaki Williams could have been a big game changer.
Better fucking
That's
winger.
what I'm saying. When didn't he leave this last summer? He signed to Ghana.
Yeah, he did.
So he's 28. That's crazy.
But speaking of that, and coming off talking about Morocco and the Croatias and all these teams from this World Cup have been really fun to watch. I think this World Cup is going to do for the first time a lot of good for the world teams and the national teams. I think a lot of players are going to see Ziyech and Hakimi playing for Morocco and being able to do something for the country that their families are actually from and bringing joy. And I think we might see more players play for their true national team and not going to the Frances or the Englands or the behemoths of the world.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen, but it's gone pretty viral lately. Is the threads about the Moroccan FA putting in the money and stuff to build these infrastructures, and they have a good academy where it's all right, this is a nice piece of infrastructure where we can actually train. So they're feeling it throughout every level.
And to that note, don't sleep on it. The Indian national team will be in the next World Cup. We're going to qualify. The coach said it. We're coming. We want the smoke. Don't sleep on us. I might get the call.
India and China are going to get out of here, dude.
They would give you a fake Coughlin title, when he went to Jacksonville and was the president of some bullshit thing. It's they would give Maresh the supervisor morale role or something like that.
Listen,
team captain.
A lot of people say it, and they know it. It's pretty well known. I'm solid between the pipes. I stopped the ball.
I wouldn't say that. Okay.
You've never seen it. How could you say it? You're speaking blindly on my name.
No, I just wouldn't. If you play well, I wouldn't phrase it that way.
I'll just say this, Maresh, as a center forward my whole life, if I saw someone of your stature between the pipes, I would be licking my chops.
He's calling out your stature.
All right.
He's calling out your
licking my
chops.
All right, lads.
This summer. No, here's the thing about me. Since my birthday's so late, it's in a few weeks in December, I always played with the age range. I was in limbo. So I played with the age range that hadn't hit puberty yet, and I was just fucking feasting. I'd stop a ball and then and I was also I'm 6'1", so I was also I was really tall, so I would fucking punt the ball.
Height drop.
Your dad
Birthday
definitely
drop.
thought he had the next Schmeichel.
This guy's just
on
trying to
his
let you know
hands, the
everything.
next
Yeah,
Casper.
oh yeah, I was punting it down the field. My teams would win because we just needed one kid to stay on side and cherry pick my long punts and just tap it in. I could
Route one
save the
football.
ball.
Route 1 football, lads.
We tear like I was a commodity in the league.
You tear it up in Gates.
And we would terrorize the Milford, Connecticut soccer league. It was awesome.
Oh man, the Milford, Connecticut Soccer League. I'm sure was in shambles.
Oh yeah, it's notorious.
Do you got any tapes, dude? Do you got any?
I got the tape. You want some tapes?
Okay.
I'm saying this
where's
summer,
your huddle?
Camps and I'm gonna take the train out to Connecticut. We're gonna go find a pitch. I'm gonna give Camps a couple. Not PKs. Let's show. He's a center forward. Let me see his skill. You're gonna get a couple.
Okay, maybe some corners
I don't
in.
even want to like sell myself right here and tell you my game plan, but I
some
think
corners in.
I would round you so fast. Like if somebody just rolled the ball and was like, "Oh, breakaway opportunity," and I got on the end of it, and just like I would round you with such ease.
Oh,
and,
this
like,
is gonna be. This
disrespectful
might
finish.
actually be. This is actually
Like
gonna be the.
Bale
This is gonna be the
scenes.
con. No, this is gonna be the content
Bale and
that
the
puts
Copa
us
del
on the
Rey
map because it's
scenes.
gonna be like everyone's
Just
gonna be
gliding.
on your camp thinking that you're gonna smoke me, and I'm gonna maybe
No.
shut you out.
The camp.
I might let one in.
Ooh.
I might let one in just to make you not feel so bad about
And
yourself.
then another
But when I
one.
stonewall your
And then
ass,
another one.
Ooh.
And then another one.
It
ain't getting by
out
me.
here trying to be Kai in that jersey.
It ain't.
No,
Well, if it's
listen,
Kai,
hey,
he's gonna be fucking skying it into the next
That's
century.
what I'm saying.
If nothing else, I was clinical.
All right, we'll put it to the test in the summer.
You know,
Wait on it. Don't sleep on it. Early,
Listen,
love to
we're
see
going to be
that
going
content.
to delivering some blokes live. We might even have to fly James out for it
I mean, I won't have
from
to
the slush
fly
fund.
out for
From
it.
the slush fund because of all the ad revenue.
Yeah, I
we
mean, there's a
generated.
big slush fund.
Mhm.
The camp man lounge. That one's doing good. I heard
Yeah, you weren't
Oh,
there.
that! I mean,
he threw that ad in there.
You weren't there for that, Marash. Big
It's
ad.
popping.
That was.
I
He's making
heard
a lot of
about
money.
it.
They have since revoked their sponsorship.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Do you know what his
nothing I
big
can
read
do.
the
blind
ad
is?
wrong?
First of all, we're going to talk about big money in the Camp Man Lounge. You know what the purse is? It's not anything to write home about. They're playing for skill. They're not playing for financial.
I mentioned this 5 and 10 cent blinds. I mentioned it last episode.
I mean, did you say a max bet anywhere?
No, there's no max bet. It's no limit hold'em.
Okay,
Please.
okay. So yeah,
it's
blinds
it's
can
it's
be
a
as small
lounge
as
for
you
the
want.
people. It's not for the players. It's for the people.
Okay,
Well,
it's for the people.
Yeah.
How
But
much is the house
before we-
raking in there? Pretty good. Like,
there is no rake. That would make it an illegal card game, and then the police would shut it down.
Yes. Well
All
done,
right.
Camp Man.
keeping it moving. We had Portugal cruising by the Swiss.
You know what? Shout out Portugal. Massive performance. They really showed
let's
out.
not get too far.
Great win over
All I'm gonna
Switzerland.
say-
7-1.
Talk about the
Shout
game.
out Gonzalo Ramos
6-1.
jerking off and coming on his stomach.
Talk about the game at hand here.
Wow.
Great performance. It absolutely made for great content. I made that insanely well edited TikTok of your burning hot take. You said the Swiss look so hot right now.
They were
that was
hot.
on fire.
Listen, they were hot.
All you do is talk shit about Xhaka. They're maybe their best player.
They were hot.
And then you say they're so hot. Get
Well,
off
listen,
it.
every World
Yeah,
Cup
what was he?
I get somewhat suckered in because every group stage the Swiss get out, and it's like off the back of some Shaqiri magic or something, and then
I know
obviously
what
the
it is,
magic
man.
runs out, and then I'm
Okay,
sitting
so
like
they
a clown.
beat an African team, and you know he's big on AFCON. They beat Cameroon. Then they beat Serbia, and Camps is big on Serbia.
I
You
am
were
not
big on
big on
Serbia.
Serbia. Get out of here.
You like Serbia. You like Serbia.
You were
Where's
big on
your
the
chart?
Serbs.
Mitrovic.
At
What
least
do
in
you
that
want from
group.
me? Did you see the clip of him at the EuroLeague game?
Oh yeah, the basketball.
Yeah, they're all saying his name. Yeah, Mitrovic.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was pretty cool.
You guys didn't see the Gonzalo Ramos video?
I just saw he
Gonzalo.
scored a hat trick,
Oh,
Right.
fellas.
replacing Ronaldo.
Let's get a live reaction to this. Let's both of you go on the old Twitter and search up Gonzalo Ramos and watch the first video.
I'm scared now.
Yeah.
Live reaction. They haven't seen it yet. I've seen it. I watched it earlier. It's NSFW for sure. And I know we like to say this is a kid's show, but
Oh God, bro.
Oh
I don't
dear
like this first
Lord.
image.
Oh God.
I
Oh
don't like.
fuck.
Oh my God.
Oh my
dude.
God.
Why would you do that to me?
listen, fellas.
Oh my.
What do you want from me? It's been
Dude.
all over football Twitter all day.
What the fuck, man?
So
You
yeah,
didn't
I
have
mean,
to do
congrats
that.
to Portugal. Big win over Switzerland. Yeah, I guess the Portuguese
Hey.
aren't fraud, right? They beat Switzerland.
Yeah. I think that'll lend itself well to keep moving on. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone knows the results of these games. We'll just briefly speak on them, and then we'll talk about the last two, or last three, four. These next four are the ones that matter. Croatia, Brazil,
True.
and Pens.
Crazy.
This
What are your
one,
takes on Brazil? A lot of people call Neymar a fraud.
no, I don't
do you-
think
do you-
Neymar's a fraud. I think you got to point to like the Richarlisons of the world. Like, what the fuck is he doing? He's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, where's Rafinha been all tournament? What's he been doing? Neymar's been putting the
He's
team
been on the
his back.
bench.
No, but that's
Yeah,
what I'm
Martinelli,
saying.
bum.
Martinelli, listen,
He
Martinelli
didn't play.
started the fucking whatever, nothing. The third game, that didn't matter.
We didn't play the last one at all.
But I mean,
Croatia game. They should have put him on.
Do you see R9 is like calling for like any big name coach and every big name coach to be the next coach of Brazil? He wants no more Brazilian head coaches. He wants Mourinho, Ancelotti, or Guardiola.
yeah, I just don't think that'll happen. I mean, keep dreaming, but I don't think any.
I think.
like,
Mourinho won't turn his back on Portugal because isn't there a big thing between Portugal and Brazil?
no,
I think they're
I
deep
mean,
they
I
both
would
speak
assume it's
Portuguese,
the
so
colonizers, yeah, deep rooted,
perhaps I
Hmm?
don't know.
perhaps.
I just don't
I
think.
could see that.
Why would they ever leave the club level to go take an international job? Those are reserved for like the guys who can't coach clubs, manage clubs. Like,
Yeah, but a lot of guys, for some coaches, it's the last trophy they can win. Right? They've won it all in Europe.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like a guy
Yeah, I
like
guess.
Gordy or like
that's why Hansi Flick went.
Mourinho.
He's the German manager.
Mourinho's won in every big league.
Yeah.
Now,
I just think there's more
this would be the
satisfaction
next
from being a
biggest
club
trophy.
manager. I mean, it's constant. There's
Well, he
always
gets out of the.
games.
If I'm Mourinho, I get out of the limelight. I stop getting these red cards for Roma. That's like my biggest gift to the media right now. And then I go and I take a cushy Brazil side to the place where they need to go.
They're pretty dope, honestly.
Yeah, I just think
I could see him doing that.
being a national coach is a lot of responsibility too. Like, you're responsible for everyone in that nation, type of thing. Like,
yeah, but
overseeing
how often
all
are
of the
they-
development.
How often are they
in all
training
of
together?
You know what I mean?
Like the first team, which is kind of what your whole job is based on. Like how often?
Yeah,
do
but
they train
that's.
together?
I mean, it's a lot less than an entire.
I feel like
nation
people
of
get years of
development.
leash because there's
Yeah.
less games, and a lot of them
I
are
have
friendlies.
I have a take on Neymar. So I have a buddy, he's a big Arsenal fan, and he was texting me during the game. Obviously frustrated, I think, as many Arsenal fans were, that Martinelli couldn't buy a minute if he wanted. But at the same time, he's saying that, like, saying a lot of bad stuff about Neymar because his impact on football has been pretty poor. Like, he inspired this generation of footballers, and like that's why all these guys play the way that they do. And I was like, what do you mean? Neymar is so gifted. If he inspired anything, like,
I think just like angry like English people
Isn't that
who
just
have
like the
no
Brazilian flair?
or
Like haven't they
skill
all
about
had
them
that?
have been shitting on Brazil
Ronaldinho
for
had that?
years for like the same reason. Like it hasn't just been Neymar. Like they probably said that about Ronaldinho and
Yeah.
the whole.
Ronaldinho and like R9, those guys were also bulldozers. They were going to get by. You.
Ronaldinho is like the skillest of skills, please.
I know, but he was also like
No,
big.
but my point is that there's always
that
been someone like that.
Yeah.
Like in every sport too. It's Whoever the new, like, the same thing in, like, baseball. It's like, who the fuck are these guys bat flipping? They're ruining the game. And in America,
that,
we just view
like,
that as old, angry baseball writers.
a lot of that comes from their futsal, doesn't it? Like control, and a lot of Brazilians, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a
Like
different,
futsal and
like, the way they play
it's
football
a lot
there
more
is just a
technical.
different style. It's way more flair. I just think that's the archetype of a Brazilian footballer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it wasn't enough. Croatia, a lot of people online were saying they're the most Atletico Madrid team in the World Cup.
That's kind of funny because
No, I
I
just
felt like
think
that
they
last
play
tournament too a little bit.
fucking like that's how they have to play. They have to play on the counter, so they just are really good at absorbing pressure and countering.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was amazing the way that they tied it up. We were live.
So I was just trying to sit back.
Tough day for Marquinhos, lads. Tough day for Marquinhos.
Yeah, truly.
Deflection
Yeah,
to put it past Allison. Because that shot, I don't think was troubling Allison at all before that deflection. And then
misses the PK.
misses the pen.
Puts it off the pipe.
Yeah, that one.
That was one of the loudest posts I've ever heard in my life. In
run
in like
the whole
soccer.
stadium,
Like,
Dong!
poor lad.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I was in utter disbelief, and then like the videos of the feeding the pigeons, and they're doing the pigeon dance. That was
Good. I mean, fuck 'em.
on it.
I was telling people the night before that Croatia was probably, it's documented. I was giving out Croatia picks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, hey, it happened. We move on, and we're excited, and that's why we love the World Cup, right? You see these upsets happen that you probably don't.
Yeah.
We don't really see too much of anymore in like club football.
No.
Then was Argentina
That was
Netherlands.
tough, man.
Yeah.
That game, Argentina Netherlands, was actually a pretty wild game from start
That game
to
had
finish.
no
They
business
hate
being
each other.
as long as it was. Just no business being.
Those
as long
guys hated each other.
Argentina just
Yeah,
decided
fun.
to throw it away.
I did not expect it to go to, we already got a whole 120 minutes earlier. I was like, no way. And it did.
Yeah,
and I was
well-
like, God damn. I texted you guys. It's like, this is going to go to pens.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to Wegor. What's his name? All right, Wegor that came on and
Weghorst,
who came on and scored the goals to send them through.
He had a yellow card on the bench, too, earlier in that game for, chirping at the ref. So he, came on with the yellow.
Yeah,
And he still banked 2 home. Good for him.
Yeah, that was wild. I've never actually seen Messi get so angry, where he's going and chirping at the bench after a win.
Wow.
Normally Messi is kind of just
That
He
was
hasn't
a
won
point
against
to
them.
a popular theory here, but maybe it's the spectrum taking over.
Whoa.
What do you mean? He went over and did this. He was
No,
trying to fucking taunt them.
What are you talking
He
about?
doesn't necessarily know social cues, perhaps, allegedly. I don't
Dude,
know.
who? The
I don't know.
other guy, another player went
I
over
don't know
there
what
too.
you're talking about.
Apparently, the Dutch were being assholes the entire time. They were
Yeah,
going
they were.
over
It
and,
was
saying stuff
retaliation
during-
from
No,
what
that
happened
doesn't
earlier.
surprise me. It was a very chippy game. I'm just saying, maybe,
I don't know.
I
That's
don't
a
know.
hot take. That's another. I'm gonna have to.
I
Clip
think
that
you're making.
one up
I
as
think you're
another
making
burning hot take.
some allegations that shouldn't be made against Messi at this time.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
hot take. I was.
I don't know
I
about
don't
that
know.
one, Camps.
Yeah, but it was a really entertaining game from start to finish.
I think it
I'm
just
excited.
means a lot to him. He's old. This is probably his last one.
Yeah,
know?
and
It was 120 minutes. It wasn't expected to go 120 minutes. It came back scored in the 100th minute of regular time.
excited to see Van Dijk go home. Cody Gakpo's price tag stay a little stagnant. for a
Having
couple
Virgil
days.
van Dijk open the
No.
penalties is outrageous.
Bro,
Outrageous.
all the
It's a weird move.
all the tweets and
Van
memes
Gaal
about
looks like
how
a weird guy, though.
he is a weird guy. He's talking about Memphis Depay kissing him on the fucking mouth.
That's what I'm saying. He's just a weird move. So you saw him dancing around. You saw him.
Yeah.
He's a weird dude.
But I love that everyone was so quick to clown Van Dijk for missing a penalty and like compare him to Maguire, who is able to finish penalties. If you remember his penalty at the Euro, it was actually insane. He like rocketed it top right.
Do you remember?
Uh,
Did
but
any
yeah,
other
another.
United players take penalties that Euro final? I can't remember.
Here we fucking go.
No, I can't remember.
I'm just not gonna entertain this conversation.
Let's just move on.
No one?
No.
Damn, I just
You fucking.
wild world they'd have Harry Maguire take a penalty over like other people, but
Shut up.
none of my business.
But yeah, at the end of the day, the Argentinians just got their PKs in. Virgil missed his.
Yeah.
One missed from Argentina, but
They were the better team.
they actually
the whole
did it. It
fucking
wasn't as
90
much of like a
minutes.
misfest as the other game was.
They were the better
They
team.
were the
the whole
better
90
team.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, they deserved
they
to
were
go
the better
through.
team.
But
Yeah, I agree. And another disappointing year for the Orange, L'Orange. But
L'Orange.
then we had another
didn't have
great
enough
match.
quality in it.
I'd agree with that. I think Depay's
Attacking
like not
wise,
that
they just
great.
didn't.
Yeah, they're playing Gakpo
The
at
center
like
mids
9.
even like De Jong doesn't play at Barca, so it's like you get a bench player as your starting center mid.
I mean, his brother
not a striker if they're playing him up top.
But in comparison to
Yeah.
like the Dutch teams that have gone far,
Big
it's a far
one.
cry.
How the hell they say?
Yeah, like
It's a far
Robin and Van Persie and
Yeah.
they're not them. They're not.
Snyder, yep, exactly.
Yeah, agreed. Klaas van Huntelaar, that's the best name of all time.
Klaas-Jan.
Schalke legend.
Yeah. Klaas-Jan Huntelaar. Yeah, Schalke legend.
So that's
FIFA
one of the best names of all time. Yeah. Moving on, we had then the Morocco upset of Portugal again. These guys, the midfielder, their midfielder is insane. What's his name? He's linked with a move to Liverpool. Yeah, Amrabat.
Yeah,
he's dude. They're just the thing about Morocco is there's a bunch of big dudes. Like they've got Hakimi, they've got Ziyech, and they've got a lot of big bodies that you're just not gonna get past sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
and they play well.
Everybody and their mother would have thought that the Portuguese would
that
win.
guy got up for that header.
That guy got up. He was high in the air, man, and he hit it so hard down into the ground. Just as they teach you as a young and don't they camps, you head down, buddy.
Hard and into the ground.
Yeah,
that was awesome. And dude, Ronaldo, the post game. I mean, that was entertaining to watch. Just
the fact that
you see the guy that ran up at him
was so perfect though. Every little thing about it, like the fact they lost to Morocco, the fact that Ronaldo got subbed on, and then like they go down while he's off the field, and then it's like he walks away from his entire team so that the camera can solely like be on him as he like, and then he doesn't even like have emotions until he hits the tunnel and then just starts weeping. Like it was perfect.
Crying.
It was perfect.
If there
one
were
of the mini criers who we will talk about.
Yeah, if there were any big name clubs left that wanted him, it's now over. Watching his performance in this World Cup, watching his attitude, he's not. I think he's either going to the Saudi club or he's got to go to the MLS. I don't think he's going.
I mean, he came on. When did he come on? Like the 50 something, 60 something. Like he came on pretty late. And I know last game he barely played, right? Because they already had the hat trick.
They brought him on earlier this game, though.
Yeah. I think they did bring him on earlier. I think it was
early. Mad heads were calling Ten Hag a clown for saying that benching Ronaldo was not the solution to make your team better. And 2 coaches now in a row have found success when benching him, taking him off the pitch. It's math.
Hey,
please.
What do you?
I gotta say a great game from Boufal, from the Moroccans. He was all over the place. Just
And Bono,
smothering the
their
defense.
keeper, is outstanding.
Yeah.
Only one goal conceded, and
Yeah. Well, the
And it was
only
a
one was an
deflection.
own goal. Yeah,
yeah,
it was,
from Canada.
that's crazy.
But why can't he go to the MLS camps?
Because I'm pretty sure he got into some big trouble last time he was in Las Vegas. I heard somebody
I thought
talking
that was
about
Ronaldo.
Yeah, so I guess Saudi.
Is that what we're
League
talking
or-
about, Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the move to the
yeah.
MLS is out of the picture.
Yeah, that was
for Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, I think he can. He settled out of court for like $300K, I believe.
Well,
Yeah.
who told me that? I think it
Glad
was my
But
cousin.
Joao had a great shot at the end to tie Portugal up, but
Joe had some decent shots, but I'm not sold on him. And Atletico wanting like over 100 million euros for
No,
him,
that's
get
nuts.
it out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
that's nuts.
I think he's
no
going to be in like one of
shame.
those wild situations where he's going to get stuck there for a little bit until he can leave on a free. No one's
Yeah.
going to pay that.
No.
I wouldn't mind like the Odegaard situation.
But like, what does he do at a club level?
What,
Like,
loan-
Okay, he goes
loan
out
trans-
there and nothing. He does nothing for Atletico. I feel like
loan to buy
he's good on the ball,
No.
sure, but like,
at a lower amount,
I don't know.
or just loan him until his value goes down and then buy him.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
where
they were
to end
happy.
up.
Real was happy to get rid of Odegaard, and I don't think Joao really wants to stay. So we'll see.
Yeah, but they're trying to. I think the difference is like he's young and Portuguese, and
no, yeah, I know.
people go those two things. People go nuts for, especially these big clubs in England. At least I don't think Real or any other Spanish club will buy him.
There was a big theme.
Yeah, I don't think he's 100 mil certainly.
There's a big theme
No,
these
no.
quarterfinals of just every team that lost complaining about the refs. Like after every
I
game,
mean,
like somebody's pretty
you wanna-
upset about the refs. It's like, all right, well,
I would say the refs kind of fucked up in those games.
should we get into the England game then? Since
Yeah,
that seems
fuck
to be
yeah.
the one.
That's the next
England
one.
fans have been belly aching about all that. Just the ref. It's like
No.
every English fan
I-
see is just the ref.
I mean,
I-
the rest
I-
said
the
he
ref,
said.
the ref, the ref.
I personally have not been crying about the refs. Do I say that the refs clearly made some mistakes? Sure. But at the end of the day, Kane misses the penalty. If you make the penalty, it's a different game. And my thing is, you don't Southgate, don't send the same guy twice.
Hard disagree.
and
hard
two-
disagree.
Do you think that's the issue?
No, you never send. The main issue is you never send a spur to do a man's job.
Okay, appreciate that.
That's the main takeaway from the World Cup. You don't
You know,
send
it's
a spur
tough for Harry Kane
to
'cause
do a
that's
man's
kind
job.
of like
Yeah, it's a tough look. Man.
That's like the
kinda what he's
moment-
there for.
people will remember now. Forget the golden boot.
Sure, he made one
forget all
earlier,
that.
but-
it's kind of just remember the time he missed that penalty for England.
I mean, they were clearly getting outclassed.
I mean, England
yeah,
and
there
penalties.
just was not the same.
A tale as old as time. Gareth Southgate knows all about it. Missed it in the Euro.
He sure
Euro
does.
'96, I believe.
But I mean, the French
I mean,
team.
they pulled Saka out early. You know, pulled Sterling in. How do you feel about the Sterling cameo there, Camps?
Thought it was fine. I mean, England had nothing about them, and that was my number one problem about England coming into the tournament was that they have no like creativity about them. Like, yeah, they had.
I mean, I gotta
Listen,
say, I
about
think
those
Bukayo
teams.
was a little more slicing and dicing.
No,
up there, but
in the center of midfield, like all their center midfielders are box to box guys. I feel like.
how do you feel? How do you feel about
Shout
Mount's
out Mason
performance?
Mount for winning the penalty. By the way, putting the nation on his back when they
anything
need him
else?
most.
I'm over this
No,
Mason
that's
Mount
good.
lad.
At least he got one of your goals.
I'm over the Mason Mount slander. Frankly, I'm over it. People have turned him into such a scapegoat. It's disgusting for every
Dude,
team.
he's
For
not.
I
Chelsea.
mean, a lot of the English lads are very overpriced because they're English lads. Like Grealish isn't.
I'm not
Grealish
even saying
value,
overpriced.
Foden
I'm just
isn't Foden
saying
value.
I would just get
Dude, but
shit on
Mount's like, what are they valued him at?
for no
He's
reason.
not. He's not good. He's not good. What do you mean?
He's good.
No, he's not.
What are we talking about? He's good.
If he was Spanish, God forbid he was Spanish, Cam. So you call him the most
if
overrated?
he had like three fucking, if he had Busquets and two fucking like generational youngsters on his team, he wouldn't play. Yeah, probably.
I mean, he's that good. What are you gonna say, James? I don't think he's good.
I don't know. I think it's a little embarrassing that England's number 10 just came on for a little bit at the end there.
His house was broken into. He hasn't been with the fucking team. Give him a break.
The subs were all a little weird. He brought Rashford on for 4 minutes. What do you want? It's like when he's like, dance.
Yeah, that's
do
strange.
something. Poking it with a stick. Like, what do you expect?
He should have left Saka on his.
If Rashford's not getting on the end of a fucking long,
Saka should have got the 10. No, not the 10. Give him like the
7. I would agree with keeping Saka on and like, you know what?
He shouldn't have taken 17. That's the only thing I'm mad at, bro. He should not have had a fucking.
What number should he have taken?
There's numbers.
I don't think Grealish should have gotten 7.
That's what I'm saying. Take Grealish to 7.
You can't have a bench guy.
Take Jackie G 7. But he's not starting, bro.
He gets seniority though.
I don't care.
But what about Caps? What about Caps? Dude, where are we at?
This is the exact same.
Caps.
I don't know, dude.
This is the exact same shit as when Varane got signed by United.
Let's see.
And Phil Jones wouldn't give him the number 4.
I don't think numbers are that big of a deal, personally. Like, Saka probably wanted 17 because it had a 7 in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably just something as simple as that.
7.
I just think it's a respect thing or something.
I think if you're starting 11, you should get 1 through 11.
He doesn't have to respect Saka, but I'm just saying, like,
it's the English.
Jack Grealish deserves some respect, I would say, despite what you think of him as a player. Like, he went for £100 million.
I need to figure out what number this.
He's been with England for a while now.
If he's below 10, he's below 11.
Who? Grealish?
No, Calvin, who hasn't played at all.
Oh, Phillips, yeah. But numbers are funny.
Piss me off.
Numbers are funny.
Numbers are funny. I think every coach should just redo it, unless a player like specifically wants to keep their number.
I wish
because then it also like kind of tells you when along the chain of their career they like this jersey is from. Oh, they weren't starting yet. Like now they are.
Yeah,
I'd love for like numbers that are popularized in other sports to like come into soccer or football and like make a run. Like I would love a prolific goal scorer like a Mitrovic to wear 99, an homage to Gretzky.
You see, the problem with that is the only reason any Yankees players do that is because they've retired every fucking number under the sun. Soccer teams don't do that. They don't retire numbers.
No.
I mean, yeah, no.
Players are always gonna pick the lower numbers.
Yeah.
Ronaldinho was number 80 at AC Milan.
That was cool. That's true. That'd be a pretty fire jersey to find.
That's kind of dope. Yeah. I like that.
I used to be a big number.
Did anyone rock a 21 or like a 23?
What was that?
Beckham wore a 23.
Yeah.
Beckham did? Oh, yeah. That's
I think at Real he wore 23.
Like 23 is like a big like backup striker number, I feel like. Or like you know what? It's like the bench guy.
Yeah.
Here comes 23.
So like Jack Grealish type number.
Listen, I don't get what the gripe is.
Hey, England's run is over. It's okay.
I'm just salty about the numbers for no reason.
Yeah, I'm glad England's run is over. Fuck him. Shout out Ali G.
Shout out Ali G, dude. Great header again.
He's death taxes.
What a handsome lad too.
Did you see the clip of fucking Kyle Walker?
That guy must clean up. That guy must absolutely clean up when he goes to Paris.
Oh, Ali G.
Oh, 100%. Or just anywhere.
Anywhere.
France.
Anywhere.
What a handsome fella. Honestly. What a handsome fella.
Anywhere.
It's unfair.
Back.
Anywhere.
Also, like, I am the leading goal scorer of all of the French national team. And they're like, yeah, you are.
That's such a flex. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's sick.
It's until Mbappe.
Until Mbappe, yeah.
It's not going to be for long.
But that's
Is
what I was
Mbappe
going to
still
say. Did
leading
you guys
Golden
see the
Boot?
clip of
Yeah,
Mbappe
he's got
trying to
5.
shake Kyle Walker's hand?
Yeah,
And
in the
Kyle
tunnel.
Walker's just such a hardo. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
he's
off,
just like,
mate."
It's going to come to bite him in the ass, I hope.
Mbappe just laughed. He was like, all right, man.
he's just like, like, all right. I thought that was Henderson.
Fuck Hendo, dude. I hate that guy.
Yeah, no, I agree. Fuck Henderson.
He had no business being out on the pitch.
No, you're right. Mason Mount should have started.
What number is he?
19.
Okay, good. Good.
He wears that at the club, though.
Yeah. Yeah, England out. Marash, how you feeling? Do you feel disappointed? Do you feel like
obviously
this was
disappointed.
earned?
Every 4 years.
Did you change jerseys at halftime?
No, so I actually had a crazy day Saturday. I went to one of a bar that my friends go to a lot or used to go to a lot. Tap Room 307 was closing, like one of their last days, and this is like a rare place in New York that would make you a beer tower, but instead of beer, they put screwdriver in it. So we went there to get that, and we were greeted by like they weren't doing it anymore. The like lady was like, and we were like, come on, the bartender knows us, and she still wouldn't do it. But anyway, I was there, watched like 35 minutes of the game, and then I had to put it on my phone and run to go meet my friend's parents for lunch. And they knew I wanted to watch the game. I'm wearing my England shirt, so they put it up on their phone. We're watching it at lunch. And then I had to walk out of the restaurant knowing that England lost, like a little sad boy. And I didn't wear the French jersey underneath, so rough day.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah, I just I couldn't wear that too many layers.
You see, that's the thing where if like I get a few beverages in me and like I was just an innocent bystander passing Maresh on the street after an England loss, I'd be all up in his face.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I've seen you.
I would be.
I don't need to we don't need to bring up things we talked about in the past, but like when we went to go watch United Newcastle and Ronaldo's debut, and I can't remember which Joel Linton, I think, put one in from outside the box. It was a worldie. And you just get on top of the bar after literally one pint and you start screaming, Ronaldo, Ronaldo, Ronaldo. And I was like,
oh
what
my
is
gosh, buddy.
This is maybe like the 4th or 5th time I've ever hung out with you. And you're just like, you're in the face of every United fan at this pub, which was a giant pub.
Well, there's nothing you can do at that point. At that point, it's just me against the world. I'm already committed to the bit. I got to stick in. And that's just the way I am. I would have probably been like, oh, nice one, mate. Like, oh, yeah. Oh, it's not coming home, lad.
I thought Chelsea were going to lose that day, and sadly they didn't. So it was a fine day for us both.
Big Rom. Brace for Big Rom.
It was Big Rom day. Yeah. But yeah, the stage is set now for is it the semifinals, quarterfinals?
It is the
semifinals.
Semifinals will have France versus Morocco and Argentina versus Croatia. Croatia is tomorrow, and France Morocco will be the next game on Wednesday, both at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what are our predictions here?
Let's run it back. Croatia, France. That's what I'm saying. Run it back, Croatia,
I'm going Morocco, Croatia.
Throw that in a parlay because they're both huge underdogs.
I know. I was trying to actually convince Ethan before the podcast, and I wanted to bring it up here. I think we should throw a collective pot of dollars in on Morocco to win the World Cup.
Like plus 1,000. It's doable.
Throw a tenner in.
I mean, they haven't conceded.
I know, and they're so fucking good.
They haven't conceded.
I'm doing it right
Wow.
now. And put my money where my mouth.
Hold the phone,
Damn.
Rush has to log into the old DK.
R.I.P. Cade Cunningham, real quick. Just got the notification he's done for the season.
No, we knew. We knew.
Jesus Christ.
We weren't expecting him back.
Maybe don't say R.I.P. I mean, jeez. Here I was. Like,
No,
Cade
he's
Cunningham died.
just for the season. Just for the season. Just for the season.
Jeez Louise. Wow.
Jeez, oh, Pete's.
Oh, I'm sorry, fellas.
So, while you're doing whatever you're doing,
all right,
there was some banter back and forth. You know, we saw from some Spurs fans saying, there's still a lot of racism in your team, unfortunately, in the England team.
Oh, in that country, yeah.
I saw some really bad comments
so much
on some of our players, some of their players. Like, it's really bad. And
Dude,
Spurs
so
are,
bad
scapegoating their guys. You know, Kane. He had the game in his hands. He could have at least taken him to OT or extra. And they're like, oh yeah, well, Lloris was, all this bullshit, saying, well, their keeper had a great performance. Just scapegoating everyone left and right. I mean, we had some good performances out there. Yeah, I know it's not great.
It's nothing new.
While Camps was happy to bring up some behind closed doors games, I just want to run through some other like random friendlies that have happened recently. Just
are you gonna what? Are you gonna dance on my grave that Armando Broja died? What's it, you sicko?
What are you saying? Now you're saying R.I.P. You're R.I.P.ing a man.
Sickos.
All right, well, Chelsea did lose to Villa. Like,
yeah, I mean, how are they supposed to play?
Didn't even care about
Armando
Broja.
Their center forward fucking dies.
I mean, you score more goals with your defenders.
How are you supposed to do it? How are you supposed to do it? It's my question.
You tell me, Mr. Defender Goalsman. You do that shit all the time.
It's such a tired take. Like, oh wow, you have more than like one person on your team that can score. It's like,
you do have more than one person on your team, you baby. Man U did lose to Real Betis 0-1. Not that bad. They did lose to Cadiz 2-4. That one's a little worse. Arsenal beat Lyon. That one's not that big a deal. 3-0. It went to penalties because of a weird tournament rule where we needed some goal differential thing.
The slip is in.
Liverpool lost to Lyon.
The slip
is in.
What was it? What was the odds?
I did Croatia and Morocco to win at plus 12.15, and then I placed Morocco as my World Cup winner at plus 1100. We're locked and loaded, dude. Dang. I was near Union Square on Saturday, and the Moroccan fans were in the streets with their flags going nuts. It was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. But James, I hate to do this to you, but I'm so fucking sick and tired of people talking about these closed door games. I don't care.
No, I don't
care.
I just brought them up because Camps brought them up.
You guys should win. You have none of your players went to the World Cup. And if they did, they didn't play. They should have flown back to play those games so they could do something. Yeah, what did he do? What's he doing?
What's he doing? See those lineups at all, dude.
Oh,
Saliba?
Is he sitting behind the best Rolls Royce defender, the real Rolls Royce defender, Varane?
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, get out of here. That's the same story as Thiago Silva, bro. Give him like another 2 years.
Like literally, you guys always say this about Thiago Silva, this Thiago Silva, that. Like you guys,
brought it up earlier today. You brought it up earlier today.
Half the capability of Thiago Silva. Either one.
We do. Varane.
I do.
Rafael Varane.
Like literally half.
What, am I missing something?
Varane's not his quality on the ball. Get off my face.
James, defend Saliba, or are you just going to let us walk all over him?
He's not starting for France. I'm not upset about it. Like, okay. France is an unbelievable team. Look at their lineup.
Yeah,
none of your players would start for, a few. Yeah, okay.
We don't have any French players.
I'm sorry. Who's the
N'Golo Kante's hurt. He would start for France. Yes.
Oh no, it was
I did say you have one.
Yeah, we've got one.
Hey, listen.
But like, they're an unbelievable team. Like, sorry,
Yeah.
they're still
Yeah,
in
I mean
it.
they're an unbelievable team that Premier League champions of 14 games can't get anybody into the side of. Odd.
Dude, we're the second youngest team in the league. Like, what are you so? We're not like
I'm
world
no, I'm
renowned
just
caps, like international caps out our ass. Like
no, I'm just
the people that are in their teams are like some of the youngest people on their teams. So I'm not that mad about it at all.
Well,
You can parade your international glories or whatever, but
yeah.
that doesn't really mean anything to you on a personal
I don't
level.
know, man. You guys got to come back from the break. All your players iced up. They're getting a little bit of
Gabby
room
Iced
to
up.
stay. They're going to be
God rest his
iced
soul.
up.
They're in Dubai right now, bro. They're
You got-
chilling. They're nice
bro,
and warm, bro.
You got no number 9.
They're nice and warm, dude.
Eddie and Ketia. Yeah, you can get out of here.
The streets
I mean,
are
he
saying,
scored in the
streets are saying it could
closed
be
doors
over.
games that Camps loves. I don't even have us winning
Streets
this
are
year,
saying
so
that Erling
you can
Haaland
say this all you want.
has a bulletin board of just Arsenal.
Oh, so he's not iced up? Like, you guys are
No,
literally on drugs
he's
over
training.
here.
That
You're
man's
like,
loading right now.
That man is
okay,
always moving.
okay.
He's ready. He's
Okay,
got the
he's
February.
ready.
He's got the
He's
February
ready.
match circled.
He's ready. Okay. No, that's fine, dude. I have them winning. I just want to get top couple Champions
Yeah.
League. That's fine with me.
You know what?
You guys are upset that we're up there. Like, I'm not. I didn't even expect to be up here, man. I'm just enjoying life.
Yeah, no, take the Koi route now, but then I don't want to hear you celebrating when you win the fucking league. Like, what?
That would be an
No,
unexpected win, and don't even say that, dude. Like, I don't think we're gonna win the league.
Well,
May I remind you, I have money on Man City to win the league. I only have us to
some
get top
nuts
4.
about you though. To say you're gonna win the league, it's just like
I don't think we're going to win the league.
Wow.
Why do you think we're going to win the league? You won't win the league. You won't win the league. Man City probably will win the league.
We're in 5th place, and I still confidently will say that United will win the league.
That's just silly.
it's a lot of football to be played.
I'm a fan.
But you're not going to win the league.
And I don't know that. You don't know that.
I'm just saying.
Nobody thought
then
Leicester
throw that
was going to
bet
win.
too. Throw that bet too.
Nobody thought Leicester was going to win
What
the
are
league
the, what's
when they won
man?
the league.
What's Man U's odds?
I'm sure
right
a lot
now?
of
If you
Arsenal
believe
fans
it.
thought that.
Like, I wouldn't take Arsenal right now.
I'm sure a lot of Arsenal
To win the
fans
league.
also thought that they were going to win the league when Leicester won the league, but they couldn't finish the job.
Okay, a lot of Yankees
Still a
fans
January
think they're going
transfer
to win
window
the
to go
fucking
through,
World
too.
Series every year, and they don't.
Notorious bottlers. Notorious bottlers.
Since I've been a fan, we haven't won anything. So why would I walk around my chest out?
No, I get it. I guess if I never won anything either, I'd sit like a fetus in the corner too,
What fetus, dude?
praying that
Where is a
nothing bad
fetus?
ever happened to my team. Like if I never won anything, I guess that's what I would do.
A bunch
You
of
just call him
terrible
a
things
fetus?
happen to our team.
Like that's
Things
what I
happen
hit.
year after year to our team. You're literally just this Schadenfreude ass motherfucker just smiling because my striker got hurt. Like,
I'm
he's
not-
so happy about this.
I'm not happy.
He gets
about
more happy about bad news to other teams than he does
Do I look
about
happy
good
right
news
now?
to his own.
it. Not happy.
I don't see
I
your
just
waist right
think-
now, man. I don't know how you're
Like
feeling.
at some point, you guys will catch on how like Ethan says all these things constantly every episode, and you guys sit there and you laugh. Oh no, Ethan, nobody will get injured at the World Cup. Oh no, Ethan, Portugal.
When did
are
I say
frauds.
no
They
one
just
will get
beat
injured at the
Switzerland
World Cup?
7-1. Oh no, Ethan, the Spanish aren't frauds. Oh no, Ethan.
You took him off your fraud log. Don't get mad at us for
My
that.
point being, at
That's
some
you!
point, you guys will like learn to understand that.
You
like,
want us to agree with you on every podcast? Just be like, yes, Ethan, you're right. Like, that would be a boring ass podcast.
Well, it's better than the
yeah, no,
alternative
never.
of just being wrong.
Being wrong about
you're,
what?
You're right.
You're
right,
upset
like
that I
1 in
am
100.
not betting on Arsenal right now. Like, that's what this whole thing came about.
I'm just saying.
You say I'm a fetus. Like, what do you want me to do?
No,
you want me to?
when you're like, my
you want to be like, yeah, Arsenal's gonna win. We're sicker than everyone. All our players, like,
so you're sitting in the corner, crawled up into a ball, hoping that nothing bad happens to you. That's the alternative.
Things have already happened. Bad things have already happened.
Listen,
More bad things can happen.
Maybe this is just my ego or something. But if Chelsea were top of the league right now, you guys wouldn't be hearing the end of it.
Are we in fantasy land, Camps?
Am I missing
Are we in
something?
make believe world?
Chelsea's.
What are you talking about?
I don't even know where they are. I never see past fifth, so you have to.
It's crazy.
Maresh, the last time your team won anything, you were in like middle school.
That's
what
fine.
What are you talking about?
You weren't even born yet when I was in middle school.
Fetus.
That's not true.
That's not. Yeah, you were a true fetus when I was in middle school.
That's not true fetus.
That's just not factually true.
Listen,
it's not factually true, but hey,
here's the thing: you guys all sit here and you with your recency bias. Realistically, in my life, well, James has no bias towards anything. He just doesn't know what winning is like. He fucking supports the Lions.
FA Cups. I won FA Cups. Yeah, I support the Lions.
He supports the Lions and Arsenal. This guy hates him.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the Red Wings, they didn't miss the playoffs until I was like.
There's one you can tie yourself to because that's the trophy I'm after. That's the trophy I'm after as a fan. I'm a Rangers guy.
The Pistons were good as a young boy. Haven't been.
I'd love to see a Stanley Cup come home to the right side of New York, but
Chelsea are the only team I can puff my chest.
We went to 2 World Series, but we got swept both times. So.
Hey, you guys won that trophy in 2015. You made it to the World Series, and I hear a lot of Mets fans parade that one around as just as good as winning it.
We also had a triple.
Well, no, it's just relative as opposed
to
the Yankees fans who like haven't been anywhere.
Are you talking about the team that beat the Mets in a World Series the last time before 2015? Anyway, we're not a baseball podcast, so I hate to like.
I was a child. No. I was quite literally. If we want to talk fetuses, I was less than a year old.
Listen. I forgot. I don't know how that just came out of my mouth. It just came out.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what I mean.
Okay.
This is verbal diarrhea.
I don't know what.
All right.
You know what I'm fucking tired of with the great game of football. A World Cup happens. This is one, Ethan Camps. Number 2, the fact that every time like a World Cup happens, Liverpool are now buying Enzo for $100 million. Since when? Like, where does this report come from? It's just like they make up shit. This is just like one giant rumor mill about a bunch of
it is every time, Maresh.
And I guess maybe I wasn't.
Mr. Guardiola could find himself in Stamford Bridge come January.
Yeah, I mean, they're touting him as the best center back in the world right now.
Well, I mean, have we been watching Croatia? He has been easily the best center back at this World Cup. Like, easily.
That's like saying the best striker in the world is just like who's playing good at the World Cup when like Holland's just like.
Well, it helps. I mean, how many other people are watching Guardiola play? It's the biggest stage in the world.
More eyes doesn't mean they're a better person.
There's no better time to have your best performances than at the World Cup.
No, 100%. That's why James went to Real and like. Then he got traded around from the big teams.
We're going to see.
Now he's back in Brazil.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of money get spent. You know, Gakpo could potentially Ajax or no, where is he? PSV could get like 60 million for him. You've got Gvardiol that might get over 100. I'm seeing maybe.
Yeah, 100 mil is what I saw. I think, or 90 mil or something.
That'll make him the most expensive center back in the Prem, right?
Certainly one of them.
That'll eclipse Harry Maguire's 80 million. Who else am I hearing about? Enzo, the other Portuguese kid, the one we were talking about earlier. What's his name?
Yeah,
Gonzalo Ramos.
Gonzalo.
You know, there's just like all these names.
Did you hear Newcastle's trying to buy Pulisic because Pulisic wants out?
I've heard Pulisic tied to like Newcastle.
Pulisic was tied
Man
to
United.
Arsenal and Man U, but we just wanted him on loan.
A lot of American boys are going to find their ways at some big clubs.
Speaking of American boys, Camps and James as our U.S. men's national team on the men on the ground.
Yeah,
What are your takes on
Musa
Gio Reyna?
Oh,
The whole Gio Reyna
Yeah, I was
drama.
gonna bring that up later.
I
Do you
mean,
want
don't
to
be.
start? I'm ready to talk about it.
It's kind of hard not to look at the U.S. and be like, all right, well, that's a bit dickheadish to like leak that, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think what they did to Gio Reyna was a bit harsh, but I think it had to happen if he was being a nuisance. Like, you
But do you
can't
think
have that.
the whole
Did
the
you
whole
see
thing
what
that starts
do
it
you
is
see what he said
Berhalter's?
though? So
Yes.
like he just posted a huge
Yeah, I saw that.
whatever explaining. But could you
Marcus
imagine like
Rashford,
pulling
man.
up and him just saying like you will have a limited role in this national team,
Yeah, I could see
like
that. He
as one of the
probably
best
knew who
players on
he
the
was going to
team?
play mostly, who his go-to guys were going to be on the wings. I don't think that's that, like, crazy.
I mean, that's kind of like why, like
Let
you're
him
throwing in
prove
Jordan
himself.
Morris, dude.
Yeah, let him prove himself.
No, but, like, if he knows who he's going to go to, like, you're never not going to start Pulisic, and if Tim Weah was that guy and he knew that, like, I think it's almost a courtesy to be like, hey, you know, you're not
I
going to
don't think he
be...
did him a courtesy at all. I don't think that's really how a team should be. Like if someone shows up to camp and is like,
Well, that's kind of
maybe not
also,
on
it
your
might light a
roster.
fire under his ass or anything. You hope that when he
Berhalter's
understands that it's a
had
limited
beef with a
role...
lot of players, man.
Yeah, but when you tell him it's a limited role, you hope he understands that and takes his limited role seriously, which he didn't, which is the main reason he had to apologize to the team because he was being a big crybaby about it. But you have to take it seriously and take the opportunities you get. You can't just like sit there and bellyache that you're not
What?
getting
He
it.
didn't
Like
have
you have
any
to like
opportunities.
do
They didn't
shit
play
with your
him well.
opportunities. He came on the first game, didn't do anything.
Barely. That was the game they won.
Yeah, against Wales.
No,
But
they
my
drew.
point is, like, you have to give the coach a reason to play you. And Tim Weah scores the first game. You can't bench him the second game. Second game, you end
I
goalless
guess that's
anyway.
true.
So it's like, how can you change that lineup anyway? So it's like Tim Weah starts again.
Because it hasn't scored.
But who
Why
is
not
Gio
change
Reyna
it?
getting into the side over?
Anyone. He's
That's
like
a terrible answer.
top
could-
three
Though. Pulisic's not
players.
coming off the field, and Tim Weah was one
Why
of the best
not?
players.
Why not?
Why not Pulisic?
Put him on either wide
Pulisic's their
mid.
best
Who are
player.
we running with?
The best creative player on the field. The most dynamic dribbler on the field, they have to play Pulisic. Oh,
No.
what is Gio Reyna going to
You don't
do that
have to.
Pulisic's not already doing? Like,
Did you not? What do you mean? Do you not see his highlights in the Bundesliga?
but he's not better than Pulisic.
I think there was
Okay,
room for him
he's
to
not
maybe
better
be in there
than
more. Though.
Pulisic, but there's room for him to be in the squad.
That's my thing is like you
when
have
playing
to knock somebody out
Pulisic
of the
isn't like a
squad.
must start. It's
Tim
not like
Weah was
we can
the best
never play.
player. Like scored in the
Yeah, but
first
Ethan,
game.
also
he was
World Cup's a
creating
long
chances.
tournament.
And then what?
World Cup's a long tournament.
I don't think
They had
anyone in the
three-
U.S. team is that solid in their position that they should just like start every game. Like no one's.
Yeah,
that
but
good
if you
for
take
us.
it game by game, which it was, and you say, okay, Tim Weah
Like our
scores the
midfield
first
is,
game, he has to be in the
those
squad
three
the
are fine.
second game. The second game, they scored. They're goalless. It's not like they played poorly or something. They just had to play on the counter the whole time, so it was frantic. And Tim Weah's side of the field got the most crosses into the box, so he starts again. So against Iran, they score again, and he's good again.
So you
he
have to
starts
run this
again. It's
formation,
simple as
like-
that. Like you don't just like it's the old saying: you don't fix something that's not broken, and it wasn't broken by any means. So there's no reason for
wasn't
them to put
great
Gio
at
Reyna
all.
into that squad.
It wasn't great at all. I don't know what praises you're saying of this
Well-
U.S. team. Like holding
like,
England to a
You guys are
draw,
just like,
which
oh
we
yeah,
kind
they
of
should
do
have
a
gotten
lot.
Reyna in more. They should have just played like 12 men on the field. It's like you have to take somebody out, and there was nobody who they could
Take
taken
somebody
out.
out. They're playing fucking Aronson. Like
Aronson was coming off the bench.
I know,
Whoa,
so
whoa,
don't
whoa,
bring
whoa.
him in. Who's he bringing off the
Aronson was
bench
good
for?
off the
He's
bench for them
good.
every time he came off the bench, and he was coming
I
in
know
for
we're not-
center
we're-
midfielders.
So why not?
Gio
Like,
Reyna
We're
switch
not
plays the
talking about
formation
wings.
then,
Medford
dude.
Messi.
He doesn't have to play the ranks.
There was just no. The
He's
only
not.
possible way he could have gotten in is if they played somebody out of position at striker. If they played Pulisic at like a false 9 or something, which wouldn't have really helped anything anyway. It's the only way he could have gotten into the starting squad.
dude, they're like, if you're so married to this 4-3-3, like, sure. There are multiple variations that you can put players
Yeah,
in
but
positions
that
that they're
puts
not
you
like,
at an
oh, he's totally
immediate
out of
disadvantage
position.
because you don't have a center forward on the field.
Like Josh Sargent was killing it. Like who else?
Okay,
was
but
there,
he
bro?
started one game.
Like Haji.
And then
was
they
killing
started
it.
their other center forward the second game. And then they
Who
started
was
Josh
playing?
Sargent.
Who played the Netherlands game? Let's see.
It was the same team. It was
Jesus Ferreira.
Yeah, who was the MLS Young Player of the Year, I think, last year or the year before.
But like they don't care about that.
But he's a striker, man. You got to put in your striker.
I'm not saying play him at striker exclusively. Like Pulley has moved around so much in his career.
But you like
oh, we need to put him.
He plays
I just
really
don't
bad
think there
at
was
the
any
9.
reason to take anybody out of the squad to put Gio Reyna.
I'm not saying he doesn't have to play.
I'm not. Here's my thing for both of you. World Cup is a long tournament. The teams that like shuffle players around and bring more fresh legs in, I think, typically do a little bit better. Especially when you don't have like concrete players that are.
I think you're. I don't know.
There's no Neymar on the pitch for the United
But
States
the
that
games
needs
aren't
to
that
start.
bad.
There's no one that
frantic in the
good that
group
needs to
stage.
start.
You get days in between to rest.
Yeah, I don't
There's
know.
no one that needs to
My
start.
point is, give the kid a shot. He plays well in the Bundesliga. A lot of
There's
these
no
guys
way
don't
he's
have
not
first
top
team
10
experience.
best players in our country, man. Like,
And he'll also have another World Cup in 4 years.
But do you think? But he might have a better
who
look
won't
at it at
on
the
our
team.
squad?
Yeah, the whole U.S. team will.
I just
But
don't
he might even have a
know.
better look because Berhalter will probably be out.
Yeah, sure, but like I feel like I'm just repeating myself here. There's no reason to take out anybody in that squad. They were all playing well.
Yeah,
I mean, 2 draws.
Like,
no
so
win
you
isn't,
take
like,
but
that
this is
sick.
also hindsight looking back at it.
No, I was saying this the whole time.
No, but you just said 2 draw. But they played well in those games, well enough to get to the knockout stage. So it's like you got to keep
You
going
really
with
only
your
need
guys.
to win one game. Our
You
group
can't
is
just like
ass.
bench somebody on the hope that Gio Reyna is going to be better if he's not necessary. They're at training every day.
Our group was terrible, dude.
But now we're just talking
besides
about
England.
like nothing now. Like, oh, our group is terrible. What are we talking
No,
about?
you were
They're
saying-
training every
you were
day.
literally
Like,
saying
they know
that.
who's better and who's gonna start. Like,
Yes, I'm sure Gio Reyna is better than some of those mosques who start.
I feel like we're walking in circles here. Like, he's better than these
Okay,
people
let's
who would
move on.
start, but then it's like he wasn't, and then that's the reason he was limited.
What do you mean he wasn't? He played like what 10 minutes over 4
They're on
games?
they know these things, James.
Because he pulled up and he's like, "Hey, you're not playing." Would you fucking run?
They
your heart
fucking
out?
train.
No.
Like, they know who's good and who's not. They know who's gonna start.
They train together on the national team that often. I think
Yes,
he's
before
much
the
more
World Cup,
involved
they
with
do.
his
They have like a
Bundesliga
month
training.
to get shit in, to figure shit out.
And that's when he said, was that not when he said, like, "Hey, you're not playing"?
Yes, after they determined that Tim Weah would be the starting right wing.
I don't think that was after it. I think that was like when he pulled up.
Yeah.
So if you come into a month's training leading into a World Cup and you're like, "Hey, you're not
Well, it
going to
was probably
play."
after they got to Qatar.
Okay, we're just.
you guys are really just talking about nothing and talking.
No,
about
that's my
nothing.
point. It's like, even the argument that Gio Reyna should have played, which is fine and dandy and stuff, it's like there's no. It's like there's no one he could have started over. I mean, yes, theoretically, he could have started over any of the 11. He could have played goalie, in theory. Could have started over Matt Turner if you really wanted. But given the way they were playing, there was no room for him in the squad as a starter.
Yeah.
I don't think we were playing well, but I really don't care this much about it. I think we should.
The games on tap we've got. Like we said earlier, we will have Morocco, France, and Croatia, Argentina. You know who we're picking, who I'm picking. Who are you guys taking? You guys never gave yours.
I said Croatia versus France. Run it back.
Croatia, France. James?
I'll go chalk.
You go what?
Chalk.
I
Argentina,
also didn't
France.
hear 'em.
They're huge. They're huge favorites.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they are. And they're in for a good reason. I just like to
Yeah.
root for chaos. So
Yeah, I mean, I just think the France squad is. I know Morocco hasn't let up any goals, but I think there's some different
the
speeds and
the
talents in
French
the
are
French
good.
set.
Yeah, the
The
French are
Moroccans haven't necessarily seen. As we said, the Spanish were on and off the fraud log. They're all over the place.
they haven't had an easy run at it. They won a pretty
No,
tough
certainly
group.
not.
They won.
No, yeah, certainly not. They won the group too, which was
Yeah.
very impressive.
Then they've played
Yeah, their defense is
favorites
just locked
after
up.
favorites. So
Yeah,
and
I
then
mean,
we'll
if
have.
it's written in the stars, they got a star on their flag. So
I was just gonna make a comment about that too, but that was a really good joke. So
Fucking nailed it,
Oh, that wasn't-
James. Fucking crushed
that wasn't a
it.
joke.
And then we'll have 2 more games after that. The World Cup. We'll have the
When do you
third
get
place
sound
You
match.
effects?
sat on that for so fucking long, Marash. I totally
Dude, I was
forgot about that.
I know. I was trying to wait till he said something moderately funny. He's been
Holy shit, you hung on to that for
I was
70 minutes.
I was trying to get a. I know. I was just trying to get him to say something about Arsenal being like gonna. He wouldn't say that they were gonna win the league. He wouldn't do anything.
Oh yeah, listen.
I couldn't. We were trying to get him to say something that was gonna make us laugh to use it, and
Oh,
wouldn't. Yeah, it was
Wouldn't budge.
wouldn't
coordinated.
Wouldn't budge.
sorry about that.
But yeah, we'll have 2 more World Cup matches after that, the third place game, and then the championship, and then we'll have a short little break, and then we'll report back to the Energy Drink Cup in England on the 21st.
Oh yeah, tune in.
So United will play
Chelsea aren't in
Burnley
that
on the
one.
21st.
Or no, Chelsea are playing City in that one, I believe.
No,
Yeah,
Chelsea's out of the Carabao Cup. You guys all lost. Chelsea
We
lost
just-
to Brighton.
No, we just drew City in something. I can't remember.
Maybe the FA
I
Cup.
thought there was a big game in that cup coming up, like right before.
No, so you got
the
so
EPL
Arsenal
resumes.
lost.
I know we're
to,
out. I know we're out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Chelsea
FA Cup.
lost to City. Oh, FA Cup.
Yeah, probably.
All right, yeah, so
Man City Liverpool is on
Yeah,
Thursday, the 22nd.
Thursday the 22nd, and then I believe the
on.
Premier League will resume on the 26th.
You guys
Boxing
are
Day,
playing, Man U's
Boxing
playing
Day.
the day before.
Yeah, on Boxing Day.
Not many big teams made it to the 4th round. It's like,
It could be a tin pot year for United.
yeah. We'll see. I mean, Camps did pretty well in the UFC. We got to shout him out to that. He sent some things
Oh, yeah.
over.
Big time.
He
Of course, I'm
said-
retired
let's
right
see what
now,
he
so
said.
I did not profit a dime.
No, of course not.
No, I
But
am.
Let's see what he
That's
sent
legitimate.
over.
I'm retired.
Are you retired from sports betting?
He was 2-1
Damn, he
and
quit the
1
stuff.
on the bets before. We're not counting Curtis because that was before he sent him. But I trust him on Curtis. I trust him. I trust him that he
send
gave
it
us
out
Chris Curtis.
beforehand, so I will give myself
Yeah.
credit.
No, I trust you. I trust you.
I also
I
gave
trust
my
you.
friend.
But I'm saying on the
I
stuff that
didn't
you
give it
could
to you
have
guys.
helped
I
us
gave my
with.
friend Patty Pimblett by decision too. So shout out to me.
Ooh.
Ooh.
See, you didn't do that. You didn't do
Well,
that.
judges said he did, so that one cashed.
So anyway, he had Rosenstrike by KO at -120. That was solid. Rosas by sub. Rosas was just incredible.
That kid's disgusting. I couldn't believe how good he was.
Both those guys were incredible. He did throw out Bryce at +125. Good shot.
Taporia, what are you
was-
gonna do? He's good.
Yeah, and then Jan. He threw out Jan, which I was riding Jan. Jan was doing pretty well.
Listen,
and then he was
I
not
won't
doing
lie to you
pretty
guys.
well.
I fell asleep during that one, just because of pure hours.
I wouldn't say a draw.
You've been going to
I
bed
wouldn't say
early.
a draw.
Well, that was
You're an
like
8 p.m.er.
12:40. That was like 12:40 ish.
Dogs got let the sleeping dogs lie, man.
And it's like at that
Ethan's
point, I'm
gotta-
already
Ethan's
lying in
gotta
bed
sleep.
watching it. I conk out.
It was a good
Well,
one though.
Yeah,
definitely
round of
wouldn't call it a
applause for
draw.
Camps.
Camps plus 1.75 units on those
Give it up for
three
the
takes.
Also, shout out to haters who hate spending money. The Mets are back. I know I said in our group chat that the Mets weren't back when they didn't get DeGrom, but they are now back.
We talked about this last week. They got
Well, they just got
Verlander.
Kodai Senga, Japanese pitcher. He's disgusting. Throws about 100 with a ghost fork ball. He's disgusting.
a ghost fork ball.
Yeah,
That
that's the
sounds like
pitch.
some kind.
That's the pitch.
Sounds like a sandwich. Sounds
Ghost
like
fork ball.
like
Well, it's just a fork
an
ball.
arancini
like a
at an
Yu-Gi-Oh move.
experimental Italian.
The ghost
restaurant.
part is because it drops out of nowhere. So,
Interesting.
also shout
That's
out
cool.
Donald Camps secured tickets through his company, going to Jets Lions this weekend, sitting in
Oh, nice.
my seat.
Ooh. You will make or
Bucks
break
taking out.
the Lions' playoff push.
You will, yeah,
Well, they'll
you
make
will.
or break our playoff push as well. So
It's
You
true.
did say
Oh,
Mike White was going for over 300. Gotta say,
did he?
eh.
Well, to be fair to me, Mike White died 2 separate times and came back. So he missed like the whole third quarter because he took a fucking Goldberg spear from Matt Milano. He was broken in half, literally couldn't breathe. Like as soon as he hits the ground, the camera like cuts to his face. He just dying as he takes a fucking full force.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and
It
no
wasn't
flags, no nothing. The man gets chopped in half like a fucking
great.
table.
No, he was getting hit real hard.
Yeah.
Never
He was getting
once
hit
did the
real
refs
hard.
think about throwing a
I mean, you
flag.
did say money line. They didn't hit that, but obviously they covered the spread. Shout out to them.
Michael Carter
Camps,
too.
can you add someone to your fraud log for me?
Is Spain back on? Can
I
you
could
put them back
theoretically
on like
do
for their
so,
next
depends.
performances?
I think you're gonna like this edition.
The Giants.
Can you throw the Giants on the
Well,
fraud
the
log?
Giants. I mean, it's. I feel
Where
like
on the fraud log,
is
though?
mostly soccer.
They had us in
Between
the first
Chesney and
half.
Ramsey.
They had us
But
in the
if you
first
do
half
the
of the
sub
season. I'm
log-
not gonna lie.
There's nobody who's been harder on the Giants' case about being frauds than me all year. So
You have. I think there's an episode of
Yeah, that's
this
true.
very show that you called them frauds when they were like 7-2.
I don't like to throw the term around. I do not like to throw the term around.
Yeah,
I
7-5
will
and
when
1
I
does
have
not
to.
have a nice ring to it. So yeah, I'm putting them on the fraud log. That was horrific stuff against the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles are just nasty, and the rest of the games are NFC East games. I'm pretty sure. So
Commanders on Sunday
They got-
night. It's the next one.
Gotta say, shout out to the Lions for their dub.
you were there. Hype it up. You were
Previous
there.
10-2 Vikings. Yeah, I was there. I was there with my mom. Shout out to her as well.
Is the place rocking?
Oh, it was roaring in there.
Ford
Every
Field?
time they scored a touchdown, they had this
Rawr.
whole song. It's yeah, a lot of lion aesthetic. You know, hear the roar,
Nice.
etc. We saw Rory, the mascot. Shout out to Rory.
That's an original name. Can't
Yeah,
imagine who
right.
thought of
Pretty
that.
crazy. It was, I think, a think tank involved. They called in the brightest minds,
Yeah.
but
Shout out my turtle.
yeah, it
named
was pretty
Sheldon,
cool.
guys.
We showed up early, and there was, I didn't expect to
Whoa.
get concessions
Did you hear about this?
cheaply. No,
Camps
I
just
didn't.
said
I'm
his
sorry. What's
turtle
up?
died.
Well, that's years ago, but similar situation. Roar, lion,
Dude.
shell.
don't you just drop you were
I was
you
gonna-
just called out Moresh for saying RIP earlier to this man. You said your turtle died years ago.
My
Yeah.
brain, it was like a similar situation. Like my turtle's name was
Okay.
Sheldon. He's got a shell.
Well, anyway, we pulled up
Roar.
early,
Lion
and
roars.
it was like the blitz, like power hour or whatever. Like the first hour the doors are open, you know, everything's nice and cheap. Beers are cheap. Beers are like $3.50, $2 dog, $1 whatever it was.
Take it all day.
It was nice. Everyone was just hanging out. Got there like an hour before the game. Really soaked it in. Lions culture and all that. A lot of losing. Year after year after year.
Great Ford Field.
Yeah, Ford Field, baby. We got all of them down there now because the Pistons moved into the city.
Oh, the
They
Red
used to be
Wings
out in
moved
Auburn
too, right?
Hills, but
Yeah.
yeah, they moved, but they were already in the city. They moved from the Joe, and now they're in the
The
same
Joe was
place that
awesome.
The
Feet stuck to the
Southern-
ground. I loved it.
yeah,
Went
it was,
once, it was
it's no
awesome.
longer with the piss troughs.
Oh
It's
yeah,
no
those
longer
were
there
cool.
anymore.
You'll get the troughs back
But yeah,
when you
they-
go to the Emirates.
they
They
play
have them
the-
there.
They have them at Michigan Stadium. The big
Shout out
stadium.
Fenway Park. They have them there too.
Yeah, it's just
Are we just
quite
gonna
the
keep
aesthetic.
shouting out stuff until we get bored?
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
But
Like, just
no,
if
it
I'm
was
even
good.
hanging out
Lakers
with
were in
one
town
other
the
person.
same night.
Shout out.
Good night for the city. We lost, obviously, but
Yeah.
also RIP Cade Cunningham.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Just
good
as, like-
episode. Next week we'll do a Le Bernardin review. I'll put up the picks.
Oh,
Walk
yeah.
you guys through.
One last thing.
And
Rest in peace, Grant Wall.
rest in peace,
Oh,
Grant
yeah,
Wall.
dude.
We can't talk about it on the show.
No. Due to
think we can.
implications, we
Yeah.
can't afford to have that on our
Well,
backs.
maybe we'll talk about it next week if some more details come out. I doubt they will. But next week, we were supposed to
Yeah, I
talk about
doubt
it today. Mourinho, Enrique, Guardiola. We're having
Enrique
a
has an
conversation.
indictment on
Jesus
his
Christ, Maresh. One
on his
fucking
record now.
job. Remind us of our homework. I would have.
Next
Yeah, he
week,
did.
next
Jesus
week,
Christ.
well, it'll be another lighter show because of there'll only be 2 World Cup games. 3
Only 2
games.
games.
I do believe I will be at the Jet game during the World Cup final, which is.
Oh, damn,
Only
that
4 games.
stinks.
But I believe they're
What?
in like a box-ish suite type of situation.
Oh,
they
so
might
you'd be
have
like
an
eating
RP.
like unlimited
No
corn
way.
dogs.
Yeah.
Can you
It's
imagine
gonna
him
be
in a
like, can you
box?
toss the game on?
Oh, well, it's
Can you
happened
imagine
before.
him
You
in a
should have
box?
seen me in Toronto. I was an absolute menace.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you flew on a PJ to Toronto.
No, I didn't. I took
Oh,
a
yikes.
flight to Buffalo.
that's right.
And
You-
took a bus.
you like
Buffalo to
had to run
Toronto.
across the border.
That's
didn't
less
you?
glamorous. He had to
I don't
run
have a
across the
passport,
border.
so it was.
Ethan.
You had to sneak him in.
No. You can get across by land
Ethan.
like once or twice with just your birth certificate and license.
Just once or twice.
Yeah, I don't think you could do it.
And then they're like, "Hey, I've
seriously.
seen you here before. You need a real
Well, they definitely
passport,
enter it
buddy."
into some database because they took my.
Yeah,
shit
they're
and
like,
took
"This
notes.
guy tried to come through with
They
just
would definitely
his-"
flag my ass. Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
probably
yeah.
flagged. You're probably flagged up the ass, man. You probably got flags left and right, dude. You're a walking flag, honestly.
I am a walking flag, actually.
You flag.
Bleeds red, white, and blue. All right. Thanks for listening to Blokes. Peace.
Meow.
I'm here with 2 former legends.
Where's the bloke? It's half time. We talk to a bloke about football. Where's the bloke?